Well, as I told you last time we spoke, 9 people have been confirmed dead, and this 9th person, the body of a dead man that was found about 45 minutes ago near about a kilometre away from the shopping mall where the attacks took place, and police are trying to verify whether or not it was a suicide death, that this person shot themselves, which is what many local media is reporting, and if they were indeed one of the perpetrators. They are said to have, of course, approached this body particularly carefully in case it was still had explosives. And elsewhere in the city of Munich, the police still very much underway. We know that police special forces have been coming into the city of Munich from all over Germany, and the city very much on lockdown. In fact, constant updates about how the transport system is really down. The Munich police tweeted out minutes ago in 3 different languages that there are no trains, buses or trams in Munich this evening. I think obviously one of the reasons behind that is to stop any of these perpetrators, and we don't know how many there are still on the loose, from being able to move around the city quite quickly, and also to sort of put off people in the city of Munich from thinking that they could go outside and travel around the city quite easily, which security services and police in Munich are really advising against. They're telling everyone in Munich, wherever they are, to stay inside for safety reasons. And we know that obviously regional trains are not traveling in and out of Munich, and in fact the Munich main station there has been closed and has been cleared, but regional trains have actually been parked in several towns surrounding the Munich area in the Bavarian countryside. Sleeper trains there have been prepared for any people who have been stranded in Munich or the surrounding areas and don't have anywhere to stay and can't get anywhere. So they will have access to these sleeper trains where they can stay. And of course, people in Munich are also offering their homes to people who are also stranded using the hashtag offene Tür, which means open door. You know, the city of Munich really trying to sort of work together here. And as you just said, Munich police really telling people, please don't share any information, no photos, no videos, whilst they get on with their work.
Is there any sign that people are becoming frustrated because of a lack of information? Because we have had very few updates from German police, from German authorities, and very little reaction from German politicians so far.
Well, I haven't seen much frustration yet, but you are right to say that I think German politicians have been quite slow to react. We haven't heard from the German Chancellor yet, and we have heard from Germany's other leading politicians. The Vice Chancellor, Sigmar Gabriel, tweeted out just moments ago saying that his thoughts and prayers were with the victims, and he also again echoed the words of the Munich police saying, please, no speculation. So too, Germany's Forest Minister Frank-Walter Steinmeier and Germany's President Joachim Gauck have all also extended their sympathies and said and praised the police in Munich for their hard work. But one can only imagine that behind the doors of the Chancellery in Berlin, you know, there's a lot of worry and a lot of running around. We have been told that Angela Merkel is planning a Security Council meeting, an emergency Security Council meeting for tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, here in Berlin, with all of Germany's top leading politicians. And down in Bavaria, which of course is the state where Munich is the capital, Joachim Herrmann, the Interior State Minister of Bavaria, and Horst Seehofer, who's the head of the CSU party, which governs Bavaria, will be holding their own emergency meeting there tomorrow, Saturday morning. So I think the fact we haven't heard from the German politicians doesn't mean that they're not all very worried. We also know Thomas de Maizière, Germany's Interior Minister, is returning from the United States as soon as possible. But I think, you know, you're right to say that Germans are very, very concerned at the moment, and so it is a good time for German politicians to really step up and, if not reassure the German public, at least know that, you know, they're as concerned as the German people are.
We heard a little earlier from a resident of Munich who said that he'd witnessed a raid on a shoe store in central Munich. This isn't the shopping centre where this shooting has taken place. It's elsewhere. And it looked like a very sizable raid with some 35 police officers heavily armed, he said. Is that something that, I can't imagine it's a regular occurrence, is that something that's likely to be linked to this investigation?
Well, it certainly seems likely at this stage that it's linked to this investigation, and we know that, the first information we ever had of any events happening this evening was at 6 o'clock when these shots first went off at the Olympia shopping centre, which is to the north west of Munich. But soon after that, there was quite a lot of information coming out very quickly, eyewitness reports and local media reports of other events going on, perhaps other targets, other shootouts within the city of Munich. Now, I have to say, since then, that's really quietened down. We haven't heard anything else. And in fact, about an hour and a half ago, the Bavarian police tweeted out saying, look, we're not confirming any other events, any other shootings or anything this evening. Apart from the one on Hagenauer Straße, which is the Olympic shopping centre shootout. So police are being very cautious. We're hearing a lot of eyewitness reports, as I said, a lot of information about other things happening in the centre of Munich, but no police confirmation on that as yet.
Jessica Saltz in Berlin, thank you very much indeed. And just a little bit more information here for the German Foreign Minister Frank-Walter Steinmeier, who Jessica was talking about there, has also issued this statement saying that the motives for this abhorrent act have not yet been completely clarified.